Hey, what's up guys, it's Kelly and today I'm gonna be spilling some tea. There actually will be no tea spilled. You guys gave me pretty tame assumptions and this is in fact cocoa. If you find yourself enjoying this video then please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you would like to see more of me and you're new here then please subscribe. So I've seen a lot of people doing these like reading assumptions about me things and I was like, cool, I want to do it, but you know, whenever I tweet things like this no one replies to me. Luckily a few of my bookie friends have got my back and sent me a lot, so thanks guys. So let's see what y'all think of me. Simiasani said your favourite colour is red, which is kind of true. I have a lot of colours that I really love, but one of my favourites is burgundy. I do like bright red as well, but this is my favourite kind of red. Malus, I don't know if that's how you pronounce your name, I'm really sorry, said to bring the spice because I did ask for spicy assumptions. Sriracha is my favourite hot sauce. Yes and no. I do really like sriracha, but it's kind of my favourite hot sauce by default because I don't really use any other hot sauce. Hot sauce isn't really that much of a thing in South Africa. Like, we have Tabasco sauce, which I think is spicy, and we have like Worcestershire sauce. But both of those I decided when I was little that I didn't like, and I since haven't tried them. Like, since I like spicy food more, I haven't tried them again. So I might very well like them now, but I don't know. But yeah, like, we don't really have the range of hot sauce that people have, like especially in America. I feel like hot sauce is a big thing. But I do really love me some sriracha. Just some potatoes baked in the microwave with like sriracha drizzled on them because I'm super white and I can only handle a few drops. So good. One of my fellow Akatar stans said, "Resand is the oxygen you actually need." True. Then I feel so bad because someone on Instagram did send me one and I forgot to screenshot it and now it's gone, so I don't know what their username was, but if you are watching this then please let me know in the comments that this was you. Someone said, "You're very hardworking," which I would like to think that I am. I'm not as hardworking as I used to be. When I was in university, in my final year, I went through a stage where, I was studying full-time and I had 2 part-time jobs. On top of that, I was blogging and had 2 YouTube channels. I was uploading some form of content every single day. I was doing blog posts 3 times a week and 2 videos on each of my channels. I drove myself to the point of almost a complete breakdown. It was not good for me, it wasn't good for my relationship, it was unhealthy. And that kind of woke me up and showed me that I can't put that amount of pressure on myself. So although I don't work as hard as that anymore, I'd say I'm still pretty hardworking. I try insanely hard at my job. Then I get home and I do work on something else. You know, I edit a video or I edit photos. On weekends I film and I take photos. Even now, my boyfriend's like, "You just don't know how to relax. Like, just give yourself some time to relax." I'm like, I can't, I have too much to do. So even now I probably still work myself too hard, but I've become a lot more aware of the effect that has on my mental health. I try to still be hardworking and to still focus on the things that I'm passionate about, but without being detrimental to my health. So that's why sometimes I'll take a week off from YouTube, or 2 weeks off from YouTube, or a month off from YouTube, just because I need to relax and I need to give myself some time where I can just veg and not do anything and not worry about anything. And it's not the best way to do this, but it is the best way to keep this alive and sane. So I am trying to strike up more of a balance between working hard but also looking after myself. But I'm really glad that I gave off that impression because I do try really hard and I do work a lot. Then Lucia from Reading Queen Lou, my sweet, I love you, sent me quite a few. You do some type of badass sport like kickboxing. I did, not kickboxing, but I did do Aikido for a few months. I really enjoyed it. It's a very gentle martial art. It's very much focused on yourself, and although there is an aspect of self-defense to it, it's much less about the fighting and more about like finding harmony between you and your partner and harmony within yourself. And it's a very non-aggressive martial art and it's a very non-competitive martial art, and I did enjoy that, but it just got to a point where it was impossible for both me and my boyfriend to get there. One, it was something that we wanted to do together, so neither of us really wanted to go to classes without the other. So if one of us was busy, the other one didn't really feel like going, and on top of that it did get to the point where if one of us wasn't able to go because of work, the other one literally could not get there. So we had to stop it. It is something that I would like to explore again. It's just really expensive. Generally, most forms of martial arts are quite expensive to practice. So it is something that I still need to put on hold. I know Alan is keen to try Aikido again, so we might do that. Otherwise, I really am keen to do kickboxing. If I join the gym again, then I definitely think I'll do a few kickboxing classes, because I think that that would be really good for me. Also, something that not a lot of people realise is I have quite bad aggression problems, so most of the time I'm very passive, it's not an issue, but when I get very anxious or when my mental health takes a severe dip, it does manifest in me being quite physically aggressive. So like I just permanently want to hit someone, and I won't, but like, so I'll slam doors or I'll throw things, or yeah, it's not a good time. So I think that something like kickboxing would be where I could just get all those aggressions out on a punching bag would be really good for me. I also think though that Lucia thinks that I'm a lot more badass than I am. Her continuation of that was, but you've never been in an actual fight, which is true. I have never been in an actual fight because I know that I would lose. You love your job and wish you could spend more time there. I do love aspects of my job. I love the actual work. I'm a kids bookseller, and I love ordering kids books and merchandising kids books and selling kids books. And I even enjoy all the rubbish parts of the job of being a bookseller that most people don't like. I like the admin side, so I like unpacking the books, and I like doing section checks, and I like processing returns, and I like receiving the books, and all those things that most people find boring, I really enjoy. As great as being a bookseller is sometimes, it is essentially just a retail job. I have a healthy sense of balance about my job, and I'm okay with the amount of time that I spend there. You wish you could live closer to nature. Yes and no. So I actually do live pretty close to nature. Although I live in a very big city, I live in the City Bowl in Cape Town, so it's very urban around me. However, we're in a really nice situation, or we're really nicely situated, where it's a 10-minute drive for us to get to a really nice beach, or for us to get up a mountain. So although I live in a very, very urban area, in 10 minutes I can be climbing up a mountain, or I can be walking with the sand between my toes, or I can be walking through a forest. So as it is, I have a really nice sense of balance. I would say though that I am definitely the kind of person who would happily go and have like a little cabin in the woods. I would still want to be close to a major city for convenience, so I would want to be like 15 minutes to half an hour drive away from a major city still. But I think I would be so happy if I could just live in a little cabin surrounded by trees with all of my books and like time to read and write and watch great movies and make art. That's my dream. As long as I have good internet, I can live without, you know, places to go. And definitely for short periods of time, I would be more than happy to not be close to the city, so I could spend, you know, a week, 2 weeks completely isolated from the outside world, and I feel like I'd be okay. And I think definitely when I retire and I lose that sense of wanting to have energy around me, then I'll be more than happy to just like vanish into the woods and you'll never see me again. Luckily, Alan and I are pretty much on the same page as this, where every time I see one of those like mountain cabins or forest cabins, I'm like, let's go live here, and he's like, okay, I'll pack my bags. Find someone with the same dreams as you. You secretly love romantic songs. What do you mean secretly? I'm super mushy. I'm all for anything cheesy, anything cute, like the cheesier and the mushier the better. And then Kayla from A Path of Pages is the other one who just had my back with this and sent a ton of assumptions through for me, so let's go through those. I'm your best friend. I only have one thing to say to this.
Yes, queen.
You would kill for Dory and her Villiard, because same. Not to be dramatic, but literally. Then from her boyfriend, she wants spicy assumptions, top 5 hot sauces. So as I mentioned, hot sauce, not really a thing here, but I do like sriracha, and I do like just like regular sweet chili sauce, and I do like hot chutney. Chutney with a little bit of spice, that's good. Some good stuff. Another one from her boyfriend, she listens to the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I do. So the Red Hot Chili Peppers are a band that I've always liked. Like I knew some of their songs, I was like, yeah, they're cool. So last year when Alan moved to Cape Town, he came up like a month and a bit ahead of me, and he brought my car up. So I didn't have a car in PE, so I got lifts from my friends, which worked out really well because I have great friends. One of my friends from work fetched me and took me home every day, and he loves the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and they were pretty much in his car constantly. So I was listening to Red Hot Chili Peppers almost every day, learning a whole lot more of their songs. And I'm the type of person who gets obsessed with things. If I start to like a band, then I will listen to that band exclusively for like a month, and then they'll go into the ether of like my music collection. I'll pull them out when I feel like it, and I'll start, you know, they'll come up and shuffle and I'll be like, oh yeah, this is nice. So I was listening to them in the car really often, but then because I was like, actually I like them a lot more than I ever realised I did, so then when I got home from work I would be listening to them while I was editing videos or playing games or whatever. So yeah, for about a month last year I pretty much exclusively listened to the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and I really like them. Pizza is your favourite food? Yes. There is a reason for this though, okay? So yeah, pizza's delicious, but also pizza is the most versatile food thing out there, okay? It's breakfast time, you can have a breakfast pizza. I mean, not me, because all the stuff that goes on breakfast pizza, like egg and bacon and sausage, I don't eat, but you could, in theory, have a breakfast pizza. It's lunchtime, you just want something light, that's fine. You get like an artisanal base that's nice and thin, light sprinkling of cheese, nice fresh toppings on top, super good time. It's dinner, you want something a bit more substantial, you load up all the veggies, all the vegan cheese, it's a good time. You've just had a breakup, you need some comfort food, or you're just feeling a bit gross and you just want to veg and eat something super greasy. Pizza's got your back. Oh, it's time for pudding? Dessert pizza, cookie dough base, sweets, chocolate, ice cream, Nutella, all that kind of good stuff on top. Make yourself sick, but it's gonna be worth it. Pizza can just be eaten at any time of the day. It's so versatile that it's something that people just don't have enough appreciation for. They're like, yeah, I like pizza. Like, no, I love pizza. Pizza's just, it's really great. And the last assumption, you can handle your alcohol well. I can. So this does depend obviously on like if I've eaten and what I'm drinking. So something like gin generally affects me a bit faster, mostly because I drink doubles, and wine tends to affect me. So I would say that I get mildly tipsy pretty quickly, but it takes a lot for me to get drunk. I don't think I've ever actually been properly drunk. I've been close. I've been very tipsy before, but I still don't know if I would have called myself drunk, and that was after a lot of alcohol. So the night before I left PE to move to Cape Town, I went for drinks with two of my friends, and I think I had like 3 ciders and 2 shots of tequila. I mean, yeah, cider's not particularly high in alcohol, but I did have 2 shots of tequila, which, you know, for most people I know is not it's not a good idea. Also bear in mind, I hadn't eaten that day, and I am relatively small, so I mean, yeah, I was with 2 other people who also had 2 shots of tequila, but they are like fully grown men. My body, especially on no food, should not be able to handle 2 shots of tequila and other alcohol. And I was fine when they said goodbye to me. I was feeling, my head was feeling a little bit woozy, but like I could walk straight, I could talk fine, I felt fine. Then one of them dropped me off at my dad's house so that, because like my dad invited me around for drinks so that he could say goodbye to me. He gave me a double gin and tonic, and I was still fine. Like, I was starting to feel a little unsteady on my feet. I definitely shouldn't have been driving. I wasn't driving, but you know, it definitely would not have been a good idea for like me to get behind the wheel of a car, but you know, walking, talking, thinking, I was all still fine. I wasn't sober, but I was definitely not drunk. And then I think the most tipsy I've ever been was on New Year's Eve. Was it on New Year's Eve? No. The most tipsy I've ever been was my graduation party in April last year. So over the course of the night, I think I had like 2 or 3 double gin and tonics. I had about 3 shots of Jägermeister. I had 3 or 4 ciders. I probably should have been on the floor, and I was still fine. My head feels a little bit like whooshy, but I still, you know, I'm walking fine and talking fine and interacting with people fine, and when I said I felt really tipsy, everyone was like, are you though? So yes, I hold my alcohol very well, but then there will be times where I'll have like 1 drink and just feel completely out of it. But there again, I apparently am very good at acting sober. People just, when I say I'm feeling tipsy, people are always like, no, you're really not. So I played D&D in PE, and we drank, because, you know, we're responsible adults. I never had to drive, so I didn't really concern myself with how much I drank, because I was always getting lifts from people. And one of the times, one of the guys in our party brought a bottle of mint punch, which is like a peppermint liqueur, but it's cheap and nasty. And the rule was that anytime we rolled under a 5, we had to take a swig. It was a really bad night for me. I rolled very badly. I was taking swigs of this thing like every 10 minutes. And as a result, I made some really poor decisions in that game. And that was the first time that people have said to me, like, yeah, we could tell that you were tipsy. Generally, I do hold my alcohol very, very well. So I felt like I didn't get a lot of assumptions, but this video has taken a really long time to film. Maybe it's just because I ramble so damn much. I hope that you guys feel like you got to know me a little better during this video. If you have any more assumptions about me, then please feel free to leave them in the comments and I'll do a part 2. I had a lot of fun doing this. It's really fun to hear what other people think of you. I think that all of the people that gave me assumptions, I know that at least 2 of them have YouTube channels and one of them has a blog. I'm not sure about the last one. So I'll leave links to everyone's relevant platform in the description. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye!
My life is grounded in a firm routine of coffee, sleep, and work. I am not boring.